reason, the only people that operate here in the United States of America that aren't associated with original peoples are the ones that call themselves Black or African Americans. They're the ones that are dealing with racial groups, and in fact, they're the only ones dealing with racial groups. Why are they the only ones dealing with racial groups? Oh, great question you might ask. Let's go to the word race at law. Let's look at the word race at law, people. Race, an ethnical stock. A great division of mankind having in common certain distinguishing physical peculiarities, constituting a comprehensive class appearing to be derived from some distinct primitive source. A tribal or national stock, a division or subdivision of one of the great, here we go, racial stocks of mankind, distinguished by minor peculiarities. Here's my question, people. Here's the age-old question that will put all this reparations bullshit talk to an end. What do you do with stocks? I'm gonna shut up now. I'm gonna let the chat talk. I'm gonna shut up now and I'm gonna let the chat talk. What do you do with stocks? What do you do with stocks, people? You trade them. You sell them. You buy them. You trade, sell, and buy stocks. And the first stock market was what? Slaves, right? The first stock market was what? The selling of dark-skinned melanated people on an open market. Right? Right? So when you tell the people that you are Black or African American, you go all the way back and you are saying to the world, yep, I'm still a slave. That's my race. I'm Black. That's my race. I'm Black. I'm Black and I'm proud. Say it loud. Huh? Y'all notice that song, The Sounds of Blackness? As long as we keep your head to the sky, we can win. That song came out in fucking 1991, and we ain't won shit.
In half a mile, keep right at the fork to stay on I-85 South.
Help me understand it. Help me understand it. So now for the 248 people in the live, when you hear any of these people,
keep right at the fork to stay on I-85 South.
Black Americans, and they are perpetuating this reparations bullshit. Like they
continue on I-85 South for 44 miles.
Like they do every 6 months. Every 6 months, and or when another so-called black man gets killed in the street by police, the reparations talk comes right back up again. So that's the formula. The formula is, if ain't nothing going on, if nothing makes national news, it's 6 months. If something interrupts that 6 months and makes national news, you start the reparations talk, you end the reparations talk a week later, and then you go right back to waiting that 6 month period before the reparations talk is just bound to come back up again. And all they do, big shout out to my man AJ, all they do is pontificate about bullshit. That's what they do. And the shit ain't going nowhere. So excuse me if I'm a bit fucking perturbed today, if I'm a bit pissed off today. I woke up on the right side of the bed, and I saw my people operating in a fraudulent manner, and then I saw another group of my people being deceived. And the one thing that pisses me off the most, not the bullshit that the so-called white man is doing, not the bullshit, perpetual ideas of racism, that don't piss me off. What pisses me off is my own people being sellouts to their own people. That's what pisses me off. I don't go crazy on this app very often. For the most part, I'm pretty goddamn cool, calm, and collective because I like people to fucking understand what I'm talking about. I like people to comprehend what I'm talking about. And I like to step to all people with grace. But shit, if you are intentionally enslaving the people, because we know that some of these heads or big leaders of the foundational Black American movement, we know they got some historical understanding. They make all kinds of documentaries and put out all kind of fucking YouTube streams and reference laws and all kind of shit. We know they do that. We know they do that. So we know they know something. They are aware of how this shit works. So if they're aware of how this shit works, why are they deceiving you? The question you should be asking yourself is, well, damn, they just did a fucking another Black Summit they did, the Revolt Summit they did last year. What else did they do last year? They did that stupid ass march down on DC last year. What by the way. There was nobody working in D.C., so your voices weren't heard by anyone. All you did was go down there and affect commerce. Because the people down there, the so-called black people down there, don't own none of those corporate buildings. So y'all went down there and invested into so-called white people's hotels. Just to stay up there for a fucking week and then leave. Did jack shit. Did jack shit. Then, if you go back and you watch the goddamn 2019 Revolt Summit, if you paid attention to the 2019 Revolt Summit, you might have seen, oh shit, these people that are these celebrities, they know too. Because the conversation about nationality came up. And all of your foundational black Americans, you know what they did? They shut the fuck up when that conversation came out. They didn't say a goddamn thing. They didn't say nothing. Soon as they brought up nationality, yeah, you gotta have nationality to receive reparations. You gotta have nationality to receive reparations. All the other people sat down and did nothing. Zip, zero, zilch, nada. So either A, you got a bunch of motherfuckers speaking on your behalf that don't know shit, or B, they do know shit and they trying to hide their hands because they want you to continue to invest your hard-earned fiat in them. You got another man who talking about building a fucking museum. You got that he came back from Mecca. And he came back and said, we are going to take our issues of grievance to the United Nations. The moment he said that, one, you automatically comprehend that in order to even get to that venue, what do you got to have? If you want to get to the United Nations to discuss any grievances, what must you have? What is the one thing that you must have before you can sit down and talk to anybody about anything? What do you think it is? What do you think it is? A goddamn nationality. National standing. You gotta have a nationality. You can't come to the table and sit with the big dogs if you're not a big dog. So the moment they caught that, they said, oh shit, off with his head. Now all of a sudden we got a conspiracy about the Nation of Islam or the CIA. Who could have done it? Who could have killed him? Who could have shot that man up in Harlem? Who are these three guys working for? Who could have did it? Who could have done that? Huh? Now you might want to start checking all of these foundational black Americans' paperwork. That's what you might want to start doing. You might uncover a bunch of bullshit. You might want to check and verify if these companies are 501c3 companies or not. That's what you might want to do. You might want to check that. And you might find that these people are directly implicit in the bullshit on paperwork. Then you can figure out who the fucking agents are. Instead of just randomly throwing the agent word out on people that you don't know, you might want to start checking these people's paperwork. Do that. American is not a nationality. American is not a nationality. Okay, I'm just lying to myself. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Look at this one. Watch this. Watch this. We gonna get them, people. We gonna teach them. Amy, you're gonna learn something today. You're gonna learn something today, right? And I'm gonna calm down, and I'm gonna teach you with grace, right? I'm gonna teach you with grace. We're gonna deal with dictionaries. However, we're gonna break this thing down logically. All right? Now, I only want Amy to answer these questions, people. I only want Amy to answer these questions. Nobody else. Don't. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else answer these questions. I want the chat to go silent for a second. Only Amy. Okay? We're gonna show. We're gonna expose we're gonna expose the John D. Rockefeller educational system. Here we go. Amy. What? All right. People from China are also Chinese. What continent are they from? Let's deal with it. People from China are also Chinese. What continent is China in? Where you at, Amy? Where you at, Amy? Let's see what she got. Let's see what Amy says. Don't help her out, guys. Don't help her out. Let's verify. Let me verify if Amy's even here. She probably did. Okay. Alright. So people from China are also Chinese. They're also Asians, right? That's their continent. People from Germany, they are Germans. They're also Europeans, right? Now, whether you want to debate the European word in regards to continents being surrounded by water on all sides, that's up to you. But we know right now it has consideration for being a continent, right? Let's talk about quote unquote Nigeria or Somalia. People from those nations are also Africans, the continent of Africa. So tell me, what continent are Mexicans from? What continent are Mexicans from? Where you at, Amy? That's what you always thought, Amy. I'm trying to teach you. What continent are Mexicans from? North America. Watch this. Watch this. Pure Bloods. Thank you so much for that comment. Thank you so much for that comment. North America. Now watch this. We're going to go to the word American in Noah Webster's 1828 dictionary, right? American Dictionary of the English Language. We're going to go to the word America. Watch. Let's read. Let's read America. Watch this. Noun, from Amerigo Vespucci, a Florentine who pretended to have first discovered the Western continent. Huh? Continent. Continent. Pay attention. Who have first discovered the continent, the Western continent. That means one. One of the great continents, that's in reference to all of them, one of the great continents first discovered by Sebastian Cabot, June 11th, right, 1498, and by Columbus or Cristobal Colon, August 1st, the same year. Listen to where it extends. Listen to where it extends. It extends from the 8th degree of north to the 54th degree of south latitude, and from the 35th to the 156th degree of longitude west from Greenwich, being about 9,000 miles in length. Its breadth at Darien is narrow to about 45 miles, but to the northern extremity, it is nearly 4,000 miles. Let's go to the next page. From Darien to the north, pay attention, the continent, meaning one, is called North America, and to the south, it is called South America. Pay attention to this. Think about this. Think about this. Okay? There wasn't an official separation of the lands until 1914 via the advent of the Panama Canal. So when they're talking about the North America and South America, they're talking about regions, almost like you say the Carolinas, North Carolina and South Carolina, or the Dakotas, North Dakota and South Dakota. It's still Dakota. So the only reason we talk about them being two different continents today is because of fucking Teddy Roosevelt. If it wasn't for Teddy Roosevelt, it would just be America. So when you tell me I'm American, guess what? That's baby back bullshit. You're not telling me your nationality. You're not proclaiming your nationality by telling me you're American. You might as well tell me you're European. That would make more sense, but I still got questions about nationality. It's that simple. It's that simple. So guess what? Mexicans obviously would have to be Americans. Argentinians would obviously be Americans. Brazilians would be Americans. Chileans would be Americans. Dominicans would be Americans. Jamaicans would be Americans. Trinidadians would be Americans. All of those people are Americans. All of them. All of them would be Americans. So you tell me I'm American doesn't tell me much. So I'm North American. I have never ever been to Europe. It don't matter whether you've never ever been to Europe. It's about where your family lineage and bloodline comes from. So now we're going to show you what they did, and we're going to show you why the majority of so-called white people, so-called, I'm saying so-called for a reason because we know people aren't fucking crayons. We're going to show you what happened in history, and this is what we call escheat usurpation. This is what we call escheat usurpation. Watch this. American, a native of America, originally applied to the aboriginals or copper-colored races. Or copper-colored races found here by Europeans, semicolon. But now it's applied to the descendants of Europeans born in America. See that? Now it applies to the descendants of Europeans. So they just said, you know what? We're Americans because we say so. And guess what George Washington said? The name American must always exalt pride and patriotism. We're Americans because we say so. Bullshit, not because you say so. I can't just be like, I'm Asian because I say so. I can't just be like, I'm Australian because I say so. Because I say so, that's why. Wait, do you got family lineage and bloodline attached here? No. Are you any of the copper-colored so-called races? No. But I'm American.
Police reported ahead.
I'm American. I'm American. I'm American. Just because I say so. It's fucking crazy. Now, if you got some way of proving or establishing that you're American by family lineage and bloodline, which some people can legitimately do that due to amalgamation. Due to amalgamation. If you got the ability to do that, then claim it. But then make sure you go back to dealing with nationality. If you got the ability to say, well, yeah, my great-great-grandfather is from Argentina, but then he had a baby, and my grandmother, right? My grandmother is from fucking Poland, and my grandfather is Argentinian, and then they mixed and they had a baby. So my father is half Argentinian, half Polish, but then my mother is straight from Ireland. But I can track my pedigree going back to Argentina somehow. Then by all means, claim that. But make sure you deal with the nationality on the record. Because if not, guess what you're doing? You're false flagging. You're lying. That's what you're doing. Now, I can almost guarantee that the majority of dark-skinned melanated people can place themselves right here on this continent. Now you got to figure out what nations were established on this North American continent prior to this bullshit. Prior to being found here by Europeans. If you can do that, then I guarantee you're in a ballpark, and now you got the ability to do what? Now you got the ability to do what? Let me show you what you got the ability to do. Now you got the ability to do what? Qualify for reparations and separate away from being Negroes, blacks, coloreds, or people of color. You know what I'm saying? You got the ability to do that. What's your nationality? What's your nationality? But again, the biggest problem isn't racism, right? The biggest problem isn't racism. That's not the biggest problem. In fact, I would go so far as to say, in this day and age, it might be the least of your problem. Might be the least. Motherfuckers ain't dealing with racism in South Central LA. They dealing with their own people killing themselves. Killing each other. Motherfuckers ain't dealing with racism in Chicago. They dealing with BDs and GDs shooting each other.
Watch out. Vehicle on shoulder ahead.
Motherfuckers ain't dealing with racism in New York City. They killing each other in my city. Killing each other in the Bronx. That might be the least of your problems. Your problems, unfortunately, right now, I hate to say it, it's our own people. Our own people are our problem. Now, I can understand the natural resource idea as to why our people are killing each other. That's obvious. But this information idea, where our people are willfully deceiving each other for the purpose of taking your hard-earned fiat that you put so much time, effort, and energy into, that is you know, the most, I would go so far as to say the most grievous thing, in my opinion, that one man can do to another. Is purposely give them false information. Again, let me make sure I say that clear. Purposefully give them wrong information, because some people give wrong information with the intent that they're speaking truth. Some people just don't know, and for that I have grace with those people. But for the people who are knowing and knowledgeable and then give false information, I got a fucking problem with you. Let me bring Ink, my bad. I saw you on here before. Let me invite you up because I saw you.
First of all, I just want to say I'm feeling very black today. That's the first thing I want to say. The second thing I want to say is your mod blocked Prince. Can we unblock him, please?
My mod blocked Prince?
Yeah, Prince.
Watch out. Vehicle on shoulder ahead.
You know he be talking crazy in the comments. You know how he is.
Yeah. I got you. Yeah, he be going in. But yeah, because I really don't be blocking people. No, Sasha Nicole, don't do that. Sasha Nicole, no. That's Fam Bam. Don't do that. Sasha Nicole, unblock. Unblock Ink, please. Unblock Ink, please. Unblock Ink, please. Sasha Nicole, that's Fam Bam. She was only jumping in for a second. Sasha Nicole, trigger finger, be happy. Sasha Nicole, trigger finger, be happy. I got you. I understand it though. Yeah. She be She be Showtime at the Apollo. Please pass the mic. In Living Color, please pass the mic. The clown, you know what I mean? They come out with the hook. So Land, brother, come on up. I'm gonna help you out, big dog. I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna, if you can, I'm gonna invite you up, big dog. I'm gonna try to come to you with grace and teach you something. Right, peace and love, Land. How are you?
I'm blessed with it is.
All is well. Listen, brother, I want to say this with the utmost amount of grace as possible, so as to not trigger or piss people off. Brother, these two things up here are not flags, brother.
That's cute.
They are
That's
banners.
nice. That's nice.
They are banners, right? So let's not perpetuate them as a flag, right? They're banners. Flags represent
They're a
nations.
flag for me and my people. So like all that, like you saying that to say what?
I'm just establishing. I mean, you say you and your people. Your people are our people, are my people, and unfortunately, we have a problem with legislative competence. These aren't flags,
I didn't get up here to debate. I just said FBA does not represent those flags. That's all
But
I
I'm
was
trying to.
saying.
I got you. I got you. You're right. Those aren't flags, though. Is my point.
You title to your opinion.
It's not an opinion, brother. Flags represent nations, right? Would you agree with that statement? Oh, he got blocked. Yeah, he got blocked. He got blocked. It's facts over feelings, people. Flags represent nations. See what I'm saying? hey, I'm so sorry. Hey, you got unblocked on